Here are songs that changed what was allowed to exist on radio.
The message that we deliver to little kids and expect them not to know what a woman is, of course.
Not because someone in a boardroom decided they were groundbreaking, because parents heard them playing in the next room and lost their minds. Some of these records got artists arrested. Some got them called out by the President of the United States.
Appetite for love, cost me so horny.
Some got the FBI involved. All of them are certified classics. Hit subscribe before we start.
He said he would not give her play.
Number 10, Beastie Boys. Adam Horovitz, Adam Yauch, Michael Diamond, three white Jewish kids from Manhattan.
I like the way that they walk.
And Girls was one of the first rap records to generate an organized feminist boycott. Not a government response, not a legal challenge.
With DJ. We took a walk down to the
An organized campaign by women's groups, led by the National Organization for Women, demanding that radio stations pull the record from rotation.
I hope she'll say.
Licensed to Ill dropped in November 1986 and became the first rap album to hit #1 on the Billboard 200.
Hey, me and you should hit the hay.
Girls, a deliberately dumb, deliberately juvenile song about wanting girls to do nothing but domestic tasks and be available,
2 at a time, I want girls.
landed differently than the album's other provocations.
That was 2 years ago.
Because it was not aggressive, it was cheerful. The Beastie Boys have said in interviews that the song was supposed to be satirical. A parody of adolescent male thinking delivered so earnestly that the absurdity was the point. The women who organized against it did not find the satire legible. They heard a record on mainstream radio that reduced women to objects, cheerfully, repeatedly, with a hook so catchy it was impossible to remove from your brain. Now, sent formal letters to radio stations asking them to pull it. Some complied, most did not. Licensed to Ill sold 9 million copies. And here's the part that belongs on this list. 3 kids from good Manhattan families, music students. And their record was generating organized feminist boycotts on national radio. The parents of the people making the music were as alarmed as everyone else. That specific chaos belongs at number 10. Nobody saw it coming, least of all the Beastie Boys. Number 9, 2 Live Crew Luther Campbell from Miami, Florida.
Yo, this Marquise baby, are you down with it?
And parents across the state of Florida did not just complain about this record. They got a judge involved. As Nasty as They Wanna Be dropped in February 1989.
Picked up the telephone and dialed the 7
Within a year, Florida Governor Bob Martinez had formally petitioned a state circuit court to declare it legally obscene. The court agreed to look at it.
I arrived at a house, knocked on the door.
In February 1990, Judge Jose Gonzalez ruled the album legally obscene, the first time in United States history that a court had declared a musical recording obscene before a single person had been prosecuted for making or selling it.
Girls always ask me why.
A record store owner named Charles Freeman was arrested for selling it.
Dad, I know he'll be disgusted when he sees your clothes on.
Luther Campbell was arrested at a concert in Hollywood, Florida, for performing it.
Be mad. I won't tell your mama if you don't tell you.
The ACLU mounted a legal defense.
My appetite is love, cause me so haunted.
And the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals eventually overturned every conviction.
Lame to the game. I'm just like that man they call George.
But in the meantime, parents across America had done something they had not done since Elvis Presley's hips were on television. They had united in genuine institutional panic over a piece of popular music. The difference between Elvis and Two Live Crew is instructive. Elvis's hips were edited out of his TV appearances.
Not having appetite for love, cause me so
Luther Campbell was handcuffed at a venue by local law enforcement for singing his own songs. The panic was real. The arrests were real.
like I do. Put your arms around me and squeeze.
The First Amendment victory was real. And Me So Horny still plays at parties 40 years later. The parents lost. Number 8, Sir Mix-a-Lot Anthony Ray, from Seattle, Washington.
I seen her dancing, to hell with romance and she sweat.
Baby Got Back hit number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1992.
In the middle, but she got much back.
It stayed on the chart for 32 weeks. It went double platinum.
Ooh, rumpa smooth skin, you say you wanna get in my bins? Well,
And it was banned by MTV. Not permanently.
skim that, she gotta pack much back. So, fellas, fellas,
The ban lasted approximately 2 weeks before MTV reversed its decision
wet, got it going like a turbo vet. I'm tired of MAGA.
and put the video back into rotation, where it immediately became one of the most requested clips on the network.
Zines, sand flat butts all the thing. Take the average black man and ask.
But that initial ban, and the coverage it generated, produced something more powerful than the ban itself.
I want them real thick and juicy, so find that juicy double.
Every parent in America who had not yet heard Baby Got Back
Sisters, I wanna get with ya. I won't cuss or hit ya, but I gotta be straight when I
was now being told by news programs that MTV had banned a rap video for being too explicit,
scandal. I wanna get you home and double up,
which meant every teenager in America was now actively seeking it out.
rock videos. Knock knee bimbos walking like hoes. You can have
And Sir Mix-a-Lot sold more records because of the controversy than he would have without it. Here is what makes this entry interesting beyond the obvious.
I say I wanna till the break of dawn, baby, got it going on.
The song is an explicit celebration of a specific body type
Got a motor in the back of her Honda. My anaconda don't want.
that mainstream media and mainstream fashion had spent decades systematically devaluing.
Baby,
The parental panic was about the language and the imagery,
females. Cosmo ain't got nothing to do with my select.
but underneath the language and the imagery was a political argument
Rosa Honda, playing workout tapes by Fonda. But Fonda ain't got
about beauty standards, about media representation,
thinking about sticking to the beanpole dames in the magazines. You ain't it, man.
about whose body gets celebrated and whose gets erased.
On my list, he had game, but he chose to hit him. And I pull up quick.
Parents heard the explicit parts. The women who made Baby Got Back a hit heard the other part,
To get with him. So, ladies, if the butt is round and you want a triple X,
the part that said they were exactly fine the way they were. And that message traveled further than the controversy ever did.
baby got back. With the open booty.
3 records, 7 more. Everyone got someone somewhere genuinely furious. Hit subscribe. You need to hear what's coming.
I got my black shirt on. I got my
Number 7, Body Count / Ice-T, Tracy Lauren Marrow. Known to the world as Ice-T.
cop killer. I know your family.
And Cop Killer was not a rap song. It was a heavy metal record.
Tonight'll be your night. I got some strong ass night.
Body Count was Ice-T's metal band. The song was a guitar-driven, full band recording that borrowed almost nothing from hip-hop sonically.
Black gloves on. I got my ski mask on. This
But Ice-T was a rapper, and the lyrical content, a first-person narrative from the perspective of someone targeting police officers,
cop killer. Fuck police brutality.
was treated as a hip-hop record by every institution that condemned it,
Me something. A pig stop me for nothing.
because the artist behind it was black, and the content was angry. and the industry needed a box to put it in. The response was historically unprecedented for a piece of popular music. President George H.W. Bush called Ice-T out by name from the White House. Vice President Dan Quayle did the same. Police unions across the country organized boycotts of Time Warner, the parent company of Ice-T's label. Law enforcement organizations called for the record to be pulled. Label executives received death threats. Ice-T received death threats.
I know your mama's grieving.
He eventually requested to be released from his Warner Brothers contract. They agreed. The man who had titled his 1989 album Freedom of Speech had his speech systematically challenged by the president, the vice president, police unions, and the board of a Fortune 500 company simultaneously. Parents across America who had never heard Ice-T heard about Cop Killer on the evening news. And their children immediately went to find it. That is always how this story ends. Number 6, Snoop Dogg, Calvin Cortazar, Broadus Jr. From Long Beach, California.
With so much drama in
Doggy Style dropped in November 1993 and sold 800,000 copies in its first week. Parents who had managed to avoid N.W.A, who had maybe dismissed Straight Outta Compton as fringe, could not avoid Doggy Style.
And don't be messing with the 8-track. Loan me $5.
Because Death Row Records had a major label infrastructure behind it. Because Dr. Dre's production was so sonically accessible that it played comfortably on mainstream radio.
LBC is kind of hard being Snoop D-O-double-G, but
Because Gin and Juice sounded like a party they could hear through the wall.
laid back.
With my mind on my money.
That specific quality, the warmth, the ease, the complete lack of aggression,
And make a few ends as I breeze through. 2 in the
is precisely what made parents more unsettled than the harder records had.
laid.
Gangsta Gangsta sounded dangerous. Something you could tell your kid was dangerous. Gin and Juice sounded like fun.
Gotta get mine. See, everything is fine when you're listening to the D.O.G.
Teaching your kid was sitting in their room casually listening to a record about getting high, drinking, and having the best time possible with no apologies and no consequences.
To this, G's up, freeze up for a second, now bounce to this.
The Parent Music Resource Center, the organization founded by Tipper Gore that had pushed for parental advisory labels, had focused most of its energy on hard rock and metal in the 80s.
I got to cultivating music that be captivating me, who listens to
By 1993, the conversation had shifted entirely to hip-hop.
That's what it is. Him and them damn dog. I want everybody out the damn house. I want the house.
And Snoop Dogg was Exhibit A. Here, relaxed, warm, completely unbothered.
you tease, cause you get none of these. At ease, at ease. Has
Rapping about the most recognizable suburban teenage activities, parties, substances, a good time on a Friday night,
angle right, and a fat ass, some bubonic that made
with the specific charisma of someone who could make anything sound like the most appealing option in the world. Parents stood no chance.
With the 850, y'all missing the buck. Give it up, bump Biggie in the.
Number 5, Lil' Kim from Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn.
I stay focused, and the dope fits like a penny with a hole in it, y'all.
When hardcore dropped in November 1996, it did something that no female rapper had done before it on this scale.
Everybody over here.
It said everything that male rappers had been saying about women. Every explicit claim, every graphic description, every piece of sexual content that had been normalized in hip-hop for a decade. But from the perspective of a woman describing her own desire.
Come on, MTV. It's time to get it. I got all my shit.
Not from the outside. from the inside.
Lay your pants flat. I be the one choking your paragraph. When
Parents who had learned to be alarmed by what male rappers said about women now encountered a female rapper saying it about men, and they had no framework for it.
bring a smart rock boy from flavors to frozen that paradise joint.
The PMRC, the parent groups, the radio decency organizations.
I wanna see if y'all looking or not.
Their entire rhetorical structure was built around protecting women from explicit content about them.
Laughs, get your back up on the right path. Ain't no stopping me legs from club.
Lil' Kim did not fit any of their categories. So Not Tonight hit number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Never the one back in the gun. Got some other raw chicks for that.
The Ladies Night remix, featuring Left Eye, Missy Elliott, Dobrat, and Angie Martinez, was everywhere.
Get that ass up out the kitchen, listen carefully. I don't give a damn if you don't care.
And parents genuinely did not know what to do with it. They had been told the problem was men talking about women. Now a woman was talking about men in the exact same register. Turning off the radio did not fix it. Writing a letter to the FCC did not fix it, because the record was not a problem to be solved. It was an argument being made.
Y'all wanna be it? Woo! Yeah.
By a 22-year-old from Brooklyn who had decided she was not going to play by anyone else's rules. And the argument landed.
Woo! Y'all gon' make me lose my mind. Up in
Number 4, DMX, Earl Simmons, from Yonkers, New York.
from the dog with some bum. They go to 1-1.
Party Up presented a specific problem for parents that most rap records before it had not.
Yeah, up in here. Y'all gon' make me go all out.
The problem was the chorus. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here. Repeat, repeat, repeat.
Every time we come around, it's like, I just gotta get my nuts up. And I don't know who.
And it was on the radio, in edited form, on mainstream pop stations,
All over some dumb. Ain't that summer? Remind me of a strip club.
playing between Backstreet Boys singles and Mariah Carey records.
Make me lose my cool. Up in here, up in here. If I got
Parents would be sitting in the car with their kids and hear the opening of Party Up before they could reach for the dial.
up in here, off the chain, I leave soft in the brain. Still
DMX delivered the verses with an intensity that was genuinely frightening if you did not understand the genre.
you thinking that you Superman? I got the kryptonite. Now smack him with my dick in the mic.
Not performed intensity, the specific, urgent, fully committed energy of Earl Simmons,
Oh, make me act a fool. Up in here, up in here.
who was never performing anything and was simply living in every bar he delivered. Done, and then there was X, debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200,
Y'all gon' make me lose my cool. Up in here.
his third consecutive number 1 album. No rapper in history had opened with 3 straight number 1 albums.
With me and you ain't strong enough. So whatever it is you puffin' on, they got.
The mainstream radio edit of Party Up still contained the specific fury of DMX's delivery.
You whack and twisted, your girl's a whoa. You broke, the kid ain't yours, and that.
The bark, the speed, the physical intensity, even with the explicit words removed. You could remove the words. You could not remove what those words were made of.
Y'all gon' make me act a fool. Up in here.
Parents who heard the edited version playing from their teenager's room still came to the door, because something in the way Earl Simmons sounded told every adult within earshot that whatever was happening in that room was not neutral.
We done been through the mud and we quicker to bigger the order, the more.
They were right. It was not neutral. It was one of the greatest performances in the history of hip-hop.
Oh, wait, no, wait, you're kidding. He didn't just say what I think he did.
Number 3, Eminem from Detroit, Michigan.
Lips, my bum is on your lips. And if I'm lucky, you might just give it a little kiss.
My Name Is, in 1999, had introduced Eminem to mainstream America.
Did he? And Dr. Dre said, nothing, you idiots, Dr. Dre's daddy.
But the real Slim Shady in 2000 made him inescapable.
The antidote, women wave your pantyhose, sing the chorus, and it goes. I'm Slim Shady.
The Marshall Mathers LP sold 1.76 million copies in its first week, the fastest-selling rap album in history at that point.
And that's the message that we deliver to little kids and expect them not to know what a woman's.
The Real Slim Shady was the lead single. It went to number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100. The video was in heavy MTV rotation.
And there's no reason that a man and another man can't elope. But if you feel like I feel, I got.
And parents who had managed to dismiss My Name Is as a novelty now had to reckon with the fact that Eminem was not going away. He was getting bigger.
I'm the real shady, all you other slim shadies are just imitating, so won't the real.
The record referenced Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, Will Smith, and the Columbine shootings within the same set of verses.
Other people open like cantaloupe. But if we can hump dead animals and antelope.
It addressed the parents of his listeners directly, a specific, taunting, fully committed provocation. The Grammy committee nominated him for Best Rap Album.
Critics can't even stomach me, let alone stand me. But Slim, what if you win? Wouldn't it be?
Lynn Cheney, wife of then Secretary of Defense Dick Cheney, testified before the Senate about the record's content.
Next to Carson Daly and Fred Durst, and hear them argue over who she gave to first.
The Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation organized protests.
Be weird? Why? You guys can just lie to get me here so you can sit me here.
A coalition of parent groups filed formal complaints with the FCC.
Who cuss like me, who just don't give a f like me, who dress like me, walk, talk, and
Eminem performed at the Grammys with Elton John, a specific, deliberate statement about the accusations of homophobia.
me, so I have been sent here to destroy you. And there's a million of us just like me.
And the performance was one of the most watched in Grammy history. Every complaint, every protest, every Senate hearing
Please stand up. I'm like a head trip to listen to, cause I'm only giving you things.
made Marshall Mathers more famous, made the album sell more copies,
Imitating, so won't the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up.
made the real Slim Shady more permanent.
It's funny, cause at the rate I'm going when I'm 30, I'll be the only person in a nursing home.
The parents were fighting a fire with gasoline. Number 2, Dr. Dre featuring Snoop Dogg Andre Romel Young from Compton, California.
The dope, ready to make an entrance, so back on up.
Before I have to
The Chronic dropped on December 15th, 1992.
Baby, too loped out G, so we crazy. Death.
And Nothing But a G Thang did something that the harder, more confrontational West Coast records had not managed.
2, 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at
It made gangster rap sound beautiful. The George Clinton sample,
perfected, so I'ma let 'em understand from a young G's perspective. And
the warm, deep bass line, the space in the production,
Long Beach together, now you know you in trouble, cause ain't nothing but a G thing.
the way it breathed, the way it let the vocals sit in the pocket without crowding them.
Now if she burning, I'ma chill for a minute, cause ain't no loving good enough to get.
The specific California afternoon quality of the whole thing.
Bro is the label that pays me, unfadable, so please don't try to fake.
Dr. Dre had invented a new sound. He called it G-Funk, and it was built specifically to be irresistible.
At a mic like a fan.
well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping. But
Not aggressive, not confrontational. Irresistible. Nothing But a G-Thang hit number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. The Chronic eventually sold 3 million copies.
I'll be earning her, man, and learning her, man, and at the same time burning her, man.
And here's what made parents more alarmed than anything N.W.A. had done.
smackdown, yeah, and you don't stop. I told you I'm just like a clock.
N.W.A. had been aggressive. Parents could tell their children it was dangerous and feel confident the warning would land.
Ride like this before. With a producer who can rap and control them.
Nothing But a G-Thang was not dangerous sounding. It was gorgeous. It sounded like the most appealing thing in the world.
So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a.
And it was describing a lifestyle, gang culture, drug use, a specific Southern California street reality,
It's like this, and we ain't got no love for those.
So just chill.
in language that was casual and warm and completely without apology.
Like this and like that and like this, and it's like that and like this and like that, and
The PMRC could argue against aggression.
Oh, that's your collard greens. It's the capital SOS oppression, double OP, Deagled up.
Nobody had a framework for arguing against this specific beauty.
that J.
We gotta break them off something.
Hell yeah.
And it's
The Chronic changed what mainstream American music sounded like.
so Dre.
What up, dog?
We gotta give them what they want.
Parents heard it coming from their children's rooms and felt something new. Not just alarm, helplessness.
The police are gonna have to come and get me off your ass. That's how I'm
Number 1, N.W.A. Ice Cube, Eazy-E.
on the motherfucker like that. With a gat that's pointed at you.
Dr. Dre, MC Ren, DJ Yella. from Compton, California.
That I'm down with the capital CBT. Boy, you can't fuck.
On August 1st, 1989, the Federal Bureau of Investigation sent a letter to Priority Records. Read that sentence again.
When I come back, boy, I'm coming straight out of Compton.
The FBI sent a letter to a record label
They wanna rumble, mix 'em and cook 'em in a pot like gumbo. Going on.
about a song, specifically about Fikes the Police from the Straight Outta Compton album, signed by FBI Assistant Director Milt Alaric,
Dope ass, so give it up smooth. Ain't no telling when I'm dead.
stating that the Bureau had serious concerns about the content and its potential impact on law enforcement.
What's up?
Tell them where you're from.
Straight out of Compton.
The first time in American history that the federal government had formally complained to a music label about the content of a record.
With a crime record like Charles Manson, AK-47 is a tool.
Parents across America, who had not yet encountered N.W.A. now, had a federal agency explaining to them what their children might be listening to.
Turn up shit. MC Ren controls are automatic. For any dumb mother.
The Straight Outta Compton album had no radio support, no MTV rotation, ain't no major label behind it. It spread entirely through word of mouth, from block to block, from school locker to school locker, from one teenager to another,
I find a good piece of pussy and go up in it. So if you're at a show and
who understood that this music was saying something that the official channels of culture had collectively decided not to say.
law, R-E-N spells red, but I'm wrong. See, cause I'm the motherfucking.
The police confrontations at concert venues, officers threatening to arrest the group if they performed certain songs, generated national news coverage.
Every time I pull an AK off the shelf, the security is maximum, and that's
Every news story made more parents alarmed. Every alarmed parent made more teenagers seek the record out. Straight Outta Compton eventually sold 3 million copies. Without radio, without MTV, on pure cultural necessity.
I see a motherfucking cop, I don't dodge him, but I'm smart, lay low.
The FBI's letter is in the National Archives. The album is in the Library of Congress.
easy as his name and the boys coming.
The parents lost. The music won. And nothing about American popular culture has been the same since.